Hello and welcome to another video on the Scouring Early Access. Today's match is going to be a free match with me, the Perfect Gamer, and my allies, Randy178 and End199X. Now, enemy team is going to be Dinchi Code, Svetley97, and Amon of Assess. Over here, I spawn as the white orc player, and I decide to do a warrior build. It's pretty much how I was trying to get a second base, and doing a warrior build would be a little more efficient. And over here, I said this is going to be pretty much over, because my teammates are kind of not as great, you could say. Over here, my red ally, Randy178, is a relatively new player, and there's nothing bad about that. Just it is what it is. And over here, my other ally is Cyan Orc and Wind89X. It's a somewhat good player in terms of knowing how to play, but he can be sometimes not as reliable when trying to work together as one big army or team, you could say. And over here, you can see the enemies. Orange Orc is Svetley 1, or just Svetley 97. He's doing a warrior build order. Then a ally next to him, Orange Orc, Dinchi Code. And it does look like he's doing a warrior build, but he has a longer camp right away compared to Svetley. He only has farms, so Purple's looking to get some archers out later on. And over here, Yellow Orc and one of Assess. Looks like he's doing, I guess, similar build order to the Purple. He's getting out a good handful of warriors, and then he's probably thinking of making a transition into archer production. And here, my red ally. If I don't get a barracks, see, he starts making a charge ability first instead of getting some units out. Trying to get some levels on them. But I guess it is a lot of information you need to, I guess, understand and know before you get, I guess, proficient at the game. Over here, I cleared this troll, killed some wolves, and I also basically went for warriors instead of archers, because that would give me some extra gold, because warriors get slightly more gold on kill compared to archers. I think we get 30 gold per wolf kill, but archers only give you 20, so eventually it does add up. So here I started making a second base, because without a proper economy, I'm just not going to be able to kill these 3 enemy players. So 3 of these players are pretty good, I would say. I guess overall. But some of them are more micro heavy, I guess I would say, maybe. Now one of then Svetley's more macro heavy, and then she's more, I guess, in the middle. And here you can just keep on farming these wolves. This way you can get a lot of gold. And I guess XP for your warriors. So your army can constantly become stronger and stronger the more you play. Or, I guess, the longer you play. So I finally got a second base. Then over here, looks like Orange started a second base. So he's going to have a bigger economy later on. And over here, Purple also decides to get a second base, but It does look like he's kind of fast building it. A lot of workers. Not really sure why. There's usually 3 or 4 workers is more than enough. So pretty much now, all the neutral camps are gone. These wolves, these trolls, outposts. This whole area is destroyed, and so it's a good idea to go around and kill some neutrals to gain some extra gold, and to, I guess, make it more safe for your units to run around the map. And here, just controlling 2 groups of warriors, just trying to get as many kills as possible on the neutrals, which could feed my economy, which would help me get a tier 3 as fast as possible. Because here we can see I got a tier 2. Got a forge, making muncher caves, so I was just thinking of getting a citadel as fast as possible, so I could get the worker upgrade, and only then it'll be more beneficial to pump out all the workers. Lead them over here, you can see purples, I guess, being auto greedy. We got even a 3rd base now, but not that much of an army because he did invest all into one of these bases. Over here, orange, I guess. Try to see what's over here, but I guess he saw our combined forces, and so he decides to run home. In the meantime, yellow is trying to attack red a little bit. Maybe kill a few workers. But I guess not much happened here. And purple over here is taking the middle tower, but he is losing a few archers in the process. So usually you want to get the shield ability, or you want to get the archer damage before trying to take the middle tower. But I guess the more you know. I guess over here, orange was just hiding in this corner. Sign, I guess, didn't really see him, so he runs past here to maybe attack what's over here. And of course, kind of funny that I came right in time, right when purple was about to take the tower, and so he pretty much cleared it out for free so I could take it. And here we can see orange, he is attacking cyan, and cyan's already kind of destroying him here. And there's pretty much very little army here, and so cyan's going to be attacking here very soon. And here I saw that orange was kind of over here, and cyan was attacking, so I thought it would be, I guess, a good idea to go help him out, even if it's just a little bit. And over here, orange decides to run home. But I think this is a bit of a mistake. It would have been a better idea to try and go into cyan's player's base, because you can see that most of his army is over here. And so by the time orange gets home, then pretty much all of his workers are dead. And so it's sometimes not worth it to run home, when it would be better to go and attack the enemy. Or I could do like a base trade, you could say. But I guess on the other hand, Yo was busy fighting red here. It's more of a stalemate for some reason. And here we are pretty much going to be killing orange, because purple had no more units here. And so you were kind of pushed away here because orange just had too many warriors here. So here I decide to run home. We are making a few launchers. Got a citadel, got the worker upgrade, so gonna be getting rage munchers somewhat short. Over here, we're taking the middle tower because not that many goblin spawns, so might as well take it. And of course, Cyan was helping me out here a little bit. And here I saw there was just too many yellow units here, so I decided to just not take the middle. It's not going to be really worth it using all my units. But Cyan thought, on the other hand, to go and I guess try and run down some units here. So yes, I had different thoughts on trying to take the middle tower. Here I saw he was still here, so I guess I decided to try and take the middle tower anyways. And I sent my reinforcements. But I didn't have a rage yet. I was just waiting for it to finish. But then Cyan decides to lose the rest of his munchers here instead of retreating. Even though he has no rage, I think he's not going to be close to getting rage anytime soon. And here you can see there's still a huge army here, but I just finished researching the rage roughly 5 seconds ago, so you can see how powerful it is. You can just kill a whole army of them. Over here I saw that Yo was going to be hiding on this bastion, and with his armies here, that I knew he would have nothing in his main base, and so that is where I decide to run. But of course here I saw that most of his workers were safe on top of the high ground here, or the rooftops, and so I just decided to ruin his day and to just destroy all of his farms, which is extremely annoying in this version of Classic, because it's very expensive to rebuild your farms. And of course on top of that, I killed his muncher caves, so now Yo can't even make any more munchers. So pretty much now Yo is kind of screwed here, and he can't really move out on the map because most of his units are going to be starving, and he's going to have to rebuild these farms before being allowed to go outside. Over here, Cyan is annoying the orange player, and orange doesn't have much of an economy because he did lose most of his workers. And so it's kind of gonna be very crippled for a long time. And I guess purple is still on tier 2. Over here, somehow the red player, somewhat new, somehow manages to get second base, and he's getting a third one. Which is probably because Yo can't really move out on the map because of this little farm issue that I made. And on the bottom, I saw Cyan was kind of fighting here, so I decided to kill this base. And I do somehow find these workers here. Just gonna be, yes, a little unfortunate for the orange player. And I guess for some reason, my ally Cyan decides to make a base over here. Very in the front, you could say, instead of making one here. Or even one somewhat closer to his main base there. Here I'm making a third base. Because I did see that my main base was going to be running out sometime soon. So it's always a good idea to expand, you could say. I guess over here, Yellow's kind of giving up hope on winning this match. But I guess he could just make a few cannons. And I could try to assist the purple player. Over here, purple has 3 bases. Got a citadel. Here's all the production for barracks. And I guess he's gonna be making an altar sometime soon. Because without range, your munchers are just not gonna have any chances of winning against someone who does. I just made all the munchers. We got 3 cannons with artillery. I guess I was thinking of attacking maybe over here. Or the yellow player. But I was pretty much thinking of attacking this base. But then I saw that I have my ally here, and so he could potentially help me out. So that's why I switch and decide to attack through the north here to attack the yellow player. I guess in the meantime, Cyan's getting a third base. Has all the munchers. But he's still on tier 2, which means these munchers are pretty weak, you could say. Or weaker than they could have been. You try to get a tier 3 instead of, I guess, second base. Anyways, now purple is gonna have a fun job of trying to juggle his forces. It's a group of units here to defend orange. And he's also helping out yellow on top. So it can be somewhat frustrating having to just pay attention to 2 places at once. And over here, we continue attacking. And then orange finally gets rage researched, which means he can easily run down these archers now. But here you can see yellow lost just a lot of units, a lot of workers. So he's also now crippled, similarly to the orange player. Over here we can see red is somewhat winning here. But I guess he decides to surrender, but it's a bit of a mistake. He should have just kept on fighting, because we can see here, if you try to run away, then purple's gonna run you down anyways. So all of these units died. So would have been a better idea to keep on fighting and then dying, instead of trying to run and then dying for free, you could say. All over here, I managed to sneak up auto warriors up here. But I do lose a few munchers here. But this doesn't guarantee that my warriors have rage, which means I can take down this, yes, base. And of course, in the meantime, while I'm here, Cyan is trying to do something here, but he is more of like a medium skill player. That's pretty much when they only use one type of unit instead of making warriors or cannons. or even archers. To support your munchers, we only just make auto munchers. Anyways, over here, I lost all my munchers, and so I couldn't really defend this position. The best I could do was just try and hold this choke point here. And here I ask help from the Cyan player. This way we can join forces and pretty much overwhelm the top here. Because purple can't really be both on the bottom and on top. So all these extra munchers could actually be extremely helpful if we attack as one army. But of course, this is Cyan we're talking about. And he pretty much doesn't really like working together, I guess. And the purple over here decides to check what's here. And then he finds my army just blocking this position. And of course I started to make a few warlocks, which can be very helpful. The Death Clown. You can see how powerful it is. You can just take down these munchers to very low health. Which is then gonna allow your munchers to just finish them off pretty much. See here, I'm preparing to do an attack. Got all the potions. And a few warlocks, a few cannons. I guess I was thinking of attacking the purple player, because I knew yellow was kind of dead, or didn't really have much left anyways. Here I started making another base. And here I guess I decided to attack. I guess not really sure why, but yes. It's the decision I took. Or maybe I was thinking that I'm the only one with warlocks, so I could poison his army. But then I would somewhat win, but my army also got poisoned, and so I lost that engagement. But we can see here, if I just had a little bit more munchers, then a good amount of these low health munchers would die as well. But I guess these angry archers did shift the balance a little bit. So now I'm gonna lose this base. And I pretty much have no more army left. And so I'm just hoping that they're not going to be attacking me first. And here, I was asking what Cyan was doing. He still doesn't have range. Or I guess he's just researching it, but not really sure why would you attack without it. Because he did lose all of his army for nothing, I guess. Or it could have been a better fight. He didn't have range. And over here, yellow and purple, I guess, were kind of angry at red. And so they decided to attack him first. Even though we can see it's not going to be really doing anything. So it would have been better to attack me, but I guess they decide to attack the newer player. I just knew there's just too many units here, so I wouldn't really be able to help red. And I would arrive kind of late, so I decided to do the very annoying strategy, you could say. I just decided to attack purple, because I know if his whole army is in the north here, then His army is definitely not defending his main base. So here I decide to kill all these workers. And just a few reinforcing munchers. And then instead of wasting my time here, I decide to go down here to try and kill one of these farms. Sign was, in the meantime, killing orange. I guess wasting the time of purple a little bit. Then red was kind of dying here. I couldn't really do much but try and hold the line here. And here you can see I managed to run through here. And now you can attack move these orc huts by breaking them. Pretty much destroying the food economy of my enemy here. And because he started, this did allow me to do a nice, I guess, surround, you could say. So I lost very few munchers there. I'll be breaking this altar so I can't make any more warlocks. And I'm just going to be killing all these farms. And in the meantime, Cyan is fighting here. And this is only munchers, so eventually he is going to be pushed away here, I guess. Here you can see purple has no more food. And he has too many units, so army's going to be starving now. And half of his army is in the north. While the other half is at home. Here, of course, instead of losing all of these munchers, I decide to run them away to use some other day. Here I begin fighting purple's munchers. Eventually I'm going to be winning here. And red is somehow still alive because he has one more building left. Yes, Cyan decides to attack here. Yes, now he gets scared away or pushed away. We are finally gonna be finishing off this purple army here. And if you control your munchers really well, then you can just outmaneuver these cannons. Over here I saw, because of this outpost, that yellow was mining here, so I decided to break this base. And so now yellow ran out of gold. And purple still doesn't have enough food. And this way I managed to somehow just cripple him very effectively. Which can also be a strategy by running it and killing your enemy's farms. Just gonna slow down his army and then cripple his economy very heavily. Here I decide to attack. This is pretty much the last of purple's units here. Just get easily run down by my munchers. There we are, Cyan. Ran in here to try and kill the enemy. And the enemies pretty much didn't have that much left. And somehow Orange survived. The noob. And he's gonna be rebuilding. It's kind of funny. It's always interesting when people somehow survive, even though pretty much their whole base was destroyed. See the results. we can see here, managed to get all the resources, made all the units, and I had very effective fights, you could say. Yes, Cyan had even better KD ratio, but he was mostly fighting not infantry, not that many munchers as I was. And I guess that's pretty much it. If you liked the video, you can leave a like, leave a comment. If you want to see more videos in the Scouring Early Access, then you can subscribe. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.